a world drenched in noise and distraction, where every thought is shared and every emotion is broadcast, there lies a rare and powerful strength in silence. In a world where we are pressured to reveal, to expose, to lay bare our inner selves, we those who walk the path of Stoicism know better. We know that not everything is meant for the light. We understand that there is an unmatched power in holding back, in keeping parts of ourselves untouched by the judgment of others. The ancient wisdom of Stoicism, shaped by the likes of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, teaches us that our inner sanctum is sacred ground. It is a place where we cultivate strength, fortitude, and self-control, not for the applause of others, but for the mastery of our own minds. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, reminded us to look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look. This strength is not found in the approval of others, but in the depth of our silence and the steadiness of our hearts. Today we delve deep into the teachings of the Stoics to explore the 9 things that should never be shared with anyone. These are the truths we guard fiercely, the wisdom we keep hidden not out of fear, but out of a profound understanding that some parts of us are meant to be nurtured in solitude. In embracing this philosophy, we are not weakened by secrecy but empowered by discretion. We cultivate a strength that can withstand the storms of life, a strength that is born from within and shines in the darkest of times. Let us journey together into the heart of this ancient wisdom and uncover what it truly means to protect our inner world. 1. Your most intimate thoughts and desires, our deepest thoughts, are a mirror of our inner nature. They reflect our struggles, our passions, our fears, everything that is unpolished and raw. To share them carelessly with those who do not understand our journey is to expose ourselves to judgment and misunderstanding. As Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, reminds us, first say to yourself what you would be and then do what you have to do. Our ambitions and our struggles are ours to bear. To speak of them prematurely is to risk the sanctity of our inner resolve. Keep these close, they are your fire, not for the world to extinguish, but for you to temper and to steel. 2. Your personal growth and inner battles. True growth happens in silence. The transformation of our character, the shedding of vices, and the embracing of virtue are intimate battles fought within. To seek validation for our progress from others is to dilute the purity of our struggle. Marcus Aurelius teaches, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. There is no need to trumpet our growth. Let it be evident in our actions, in our silence, in our ability to remain steadfast amidst chaos. 3. Your strategic moves and future plans. The world is full of eyes that watch and ears that listen, not always with the purest intentions. When we openly declare our plans and strategies, we expose ourselves to opposition, to envy, and to interference. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "If you want to keep a secret, tell no one." Our plans should remain like seeds buried deep in the soil, growing quietly, nurtured by our silent diligence. Only when they sprout should the world see the fruits of our labor. 4. Your grievances and sorrows. We all bear the weight of sorrow, of unfulfilled desires, of moments when life's waves crash hard against us. Yet to broadcast our grievances is to beg for pity, and pity weakens the soul. Instead, we must learn to be our own sanctuary. Marcus Aurelius guides us, do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours. In our grief, we find our strength. We learn to stand alone, and in doing so, we become unbreakable. 5. Your charity and good deeds. The Stoic does good not for applause, but for the love of virtue itself. When we seek recognition for our kindness, we transform a noble act into a transaction. We must be wary of allowing the ego to tarnish the purity of our intentions. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A man should be upright, not be kept upright. Our deeds should speak for themselves, and our actions should remain a testament to our character, not a cry for acknowledgement." 6. Your wealth and possessions. The material world is transient, it is the spirit that remains constant. Boasting of our wealth or possessions is to cling to an illusion of permanence. Epictetus reminds us wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. To share what we have is to invite envy, to keep it private is to cultivate humility. Our value is not in what we own, but in who we are when all is stripped away. 7. Your deepest fears and insecurities. There is a vulnerability in sharing our deepest fears. They are the shadows that follow us, haunting us in our moments of weakness. Yet, revealing them to the wrong ears can weaponize them against us. A true Stoic faces their fears in solitude and transforms them into pillars of strength. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way, Marcus Aurelius wrote. Our fears are not for others to know, but for us to conquer. 8. Your conflicts and disagreements. Conflicts are a reflection of clashing values, of misunderstandings that arise from differing perspectives. To speak of them openly is to draw lines in the sand, to solidify barriers that may have otherwise been dissolved through quiet reflection. The Stoic way is not to seek validation in the eyes of others, but to resolve conflicts within, through reason and understanding. As Seneca wisely put it, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Keep your disputes in your mind, and you will find that most of them are shadows of your own making. 9. Your discontent with others. To share our discontent with others is to multiply negativity, to create a ripple of dissatisfaction that can spread like wildfire. Instead, we should practice the art of tolerance, understanding that each person is a product of their own journey, their own struggles. Marcus Aurelius advises, whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? In holding back our words, we find our peace. As we walk the path of Stoicism, let us remember that true power lies not in what we show to the world, but in what we keep within. In an age where oversharing is mistaken for authenticity and noise is confused with importance, we stand apart, guardians of our inner selves, masters of our own minds. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, and the other Stoic sages are not mere relics of the past. They are living, breathing principles that guide us toward inner strength, self-control, and unshakable resilience. We have explored the 9 sacred things that must remain untouched by the opinions of others. Our intimate thoughts, our private battles, our deepest fears, they are not for the world to dissect or for others to judge. They are ours alone, to be molded and refined in the silence of our souls. In choosing what we share and what we keep hidden, we are not just preserving our privacy, we are protecting the sanctity of our growth and the purity of our intentions. As Stoics, we are called to be like the rock against which the waves break, unyielding, silent, strong, We do not seek validation in the noise, we find our truth in the quiet depths of our own being. The world may press us to reveal, to conform, to surrender our inner worlds to its chaos, but we resist. For in that resistance, we become who we are meant to be, masters of ourselves, unwavering in our pursuit of virtue and wisdom. So let us carry forward the essence of these teachings. Let us embrace the power of silence, the strength of discretion, and the wisdom of restraint. In a world that tries to pull us outward, let us turn inward and find that unbreakable core. For it is there, in the stillness of our minds, that we discover our true selves, and in that discovery, we are free.